Video number 5. Ghosts by the train wreck.
Some people in a small village are starting to go to an abandoned and supposedly haunted train station. The railway warehouse was abandoned for years after a violent station collision claimed the lives of many passengers on board. Locals say that at night, you can hear voices and screams coming from the wreckage of the old ship. The station was warned to be cursed and people have stayed away since. Many curious people from other places come to find out the truth. They spread out in different directions to find the occult in different areas. A girl seems to have started to panic when she alone hears unexplained noises coming from an abandoned house near the train station. She thought a feral cat might be in there, and then she kept going inside when everything went cold to the bone.
Essa daqui é uma das casas, as primeiras que a gente entrou. Eu tô ouvindo algum barulho.
Someone or something is passing through the window inside an abandoned house near the train wreck. She runs away in fear and tries to warn everyone around, but when everyone gets inside didn't see anyone or anything. So do you think that black shadow moving through the window is one of the restless spirits still roaming around at the abandoned station, or what could it be?
Video number 4. The mysterious thing is stronger than ghosts.
Legend has it that many years ago there was a small house in the countryside near a small town, but for some reason many people bought that house, and when the family came to live, it was only after 3 months. That family had to move out of the house, and so did many previous owners of the house. It was only a few months before the whole family had to leave the house. The house is very difficult to sell no matter how cheap it is. No one will buy it, and it has been forgotten in a state of decay until now it is completely abandoned. After searching the internet, I learned that the house was previously built on an old cemetery whose graves were never relocated. The first owner of the house reported that they often heard knocking at night but opened the door to nothing. Then, when it rains and storms, the family also sees someone entering the house. The family's daughter still woke up in a state as if there was something squeezing her neck until she could get out. From then on they put the house up for sale and went to the city. Waited until 3 a.m. when he entered the house. Self-moving doors have begun to greet him.
بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع اسمه شيء في الأرض ولا في السماء وهو السميع العليم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. حسبي الله ونعم الوكيل. حسبي الله ونعم الوكيل. حسبي الله. بسم الله. بسم الله. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع اسمه شيء في الأرض ولا في السماء وهو السميع العليم. ولا يؤوده حفظهما وهو العلي العظيم. حسبي الله ونعم الوكيل وكفى. حسبي الله ونعم الوكيل وكفى. حسبي الله ونعم الوكيل وكفى. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أنا خلاص أنا خلاص
The door to the room opened. He went inside, and then the door closed on its own right behind him. He was roughly pushed to the floor by something, then the window closed on its own. He ran around the house with no one there, as if the spirits there were very angry with him. After a while he decided to call his friend to that house because of the mystical activities in the house. House is too strong. The two go up to the second floor of the house into messy rooms. Everything is clinging to a thick layer of dust. He also prepared a can of holy water in the hope that he can ward off evil spirits in the house, but after carrying the can of holy water to pour it all over inside the room, everyone something chilled to the bone.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق. استنى. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق. بسم الله. أحمد.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الله لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم. العلي العظيم.
بسم الله.
He was watering holy water in the house when suddenly a loud noise in the room resounded. Something seemed to hit him and he dropped the holy water can and fell on his back on the floor in a motionless state, unable to perceive his surroundings. Friends in the room called freely, but he still did not wake up. It wasn't until the man recited the spells that he began to shake and vomit. I don't know if he had any dinner, but only water came out of his mouth. Maybe because he was so excited to be at a haunted house he forgot his dinner. You think he's onto something.
Video number 3. Ghost in the Mountain.
A man in Japan is going to a remote area for geological exploration. He said he had read creepy stories about the location of a supposedly haunted house on a mountain and that he planned to go look for it. Lonely man finally found the old house and went in her. He immediately noticed that someone had hung some paper talismans on the wall and there were signs of various Japanese religions in this house. Those talismans are said to ward off evil spirits.
お札がある。お札。これはさっきもあったぞ、お札。なんて書いてんのこれ。さっきと一緒のお札がある。怖っ。何これ。なんかあったんちゃうんか、村で、この村で。なんか変な糞みたいな。ウジ虫みたいなのが。臭い、これか。多分これです。この臭い匂い。いや、怖っ、マジで。
Spells splattered on talismans and he found in a room hundreds of disgusting maggots crawling all over the floor with a horrible smell coming from somewhere near him. He tried to smell the smell a little more and then went into the next room when everything got really chilled.
なんか抜けてます。抜けてます、ここが。これはきつい、危ない。臭い。やばい、臭いです。ライトがちょっとこの辺にしときます。これはちょっと怖いです。一旦出ましょう。ちょっと。
Did you see when he rushed out of the bathroom a scary face was staring at him through a window? It looked so silently that he didn't even know that he just faced with something in the last moment. And he had a feeling he should get out of that abandoned house quickly. So this is the face of someone who passed away in the old house and they were angry never to leave. Do you think it's a ghost or what could it be? Video number 2. Ma lifted the bed. Two men are going to the worst house in a fire and it is abandoned. A place that is said to be extremely haunted by an evil entity. The whole house is haunted, but especially a tree that seems to create a violent activity when someone gets close. The previous owner of the house said that his 3 children were mysteriously seriously ill after they played under a tree. Their arms and legs were locked and unable to move and their feet began to blister in pain. The family decided to soon abandon the farm and never return to it again. He explains that the distant noises you can hear in the recording are the sounds of a Muslim religious event taking place not far away. At exactly 3 o'clock in the morning he entered the farm. When the two were probing and observing everything around them, the house began to become extremely haunted.
ये देखें अस्तगफिरुल्लाह अल्लाहु अकबर यार पूरा उधर उधर जाके दिखाओ यार खुरम यार खुरम ये पहले इसका आगे वाला बोनर हिला है ये देखो दोबारा दरवाजा बंद हो गया फिर दरवाजा बंद हो गया खुरम असल में हवा की क्रॉसिंग हो रही है जिसकी वजह से ना क्या चीज आके लगी है
The car that was parked in the farmyard started to shake on its own and something heavy threw him from behind and things got worse from there.
देखते हैं कि ये प्रॉब्लम जो है क्या इसी वजह से तो नहीं है दोबारा चलें कमरे में
ओए अल्लाह यार खुरम यार ये इसकी आवाज आई थी
यार ये पलटी है
A heavy trolley flipped in the air and fell violently. Both of them are shocked but stay here and the house becomes really weird.
तो ये देखें खुरम ये देखें ये सिंक भी टूटा हुआ है आवाज आई है खुरम इधर से
Have you noticed when looking into a dirty old mirror a sound is heard behind him? He turns, but his reflection is in the mirror seems to be just staring at him. He moved towards the sound without knowing what the mirror was holding inside. Both men later found a bed and he decided to rest for a while in that old ragged bed, but his sleep took a scary turn. The bed frame suddenly flipped over and threw him to the ground. Then, pressing on him violently, he quickly escaped and never returned to that farm. You also hear the creak of the bed as it hits the ground. The frame of that bed is metal plus his whole body. So it will be very heavy and can hardly be lifted off the floor. There must be a strong spirit that can lift that bed. What are you thinking here? Video number 1. Do you like watching TV? A man reported that while he was lying in bed watching TV with his dog, he noticed that his dog started having strange coughs. It coughs and barks inexplicably. He thought it was sick and to have proof to take to the doctor, he filmed the dog coughing. But after going to the doctor and watching the recording of the dog coughing, the whole hospital became chilled to the bone. There is a shadow that quickly moves from right to left and disappears after the coughs and growls of the dog. That darkness seems to have no obvious features and you notice clearly what is the shadow is not a character of the TV show in the TV because the moving shadow completely covers the characters in the TV screen and it passes in front of the TV but he doesn't know what it is. And the dog after being examined, there is no disease. So do you think that moving black shadow is a ghost? Do you think this is the ghost child on the 262 block at 3 a.m. and is this the ghost moving in the house by the abandoned train wreck? I look forward to your comments in the comment section. Please register to share with everyone. Sincerely thank you.